hello. I hope you all are doing having a super duper fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here. Definitely go ahead, share this video before we even get started, right? You are free to go, put it in the chat. You are free to go, personalize it. I am free to go. We're gonna have this conversation today. It is mental, what is it? Mental, motivational, mental stimulation, something like that. Tim, are you out here? Tell me what the day is. Like, you could tell that I didn't create this, right? This is definitely Tammuz Day, and this was her way of saying that Clutch Your Pearls Wednesday can't be but one day. One day per week. And then LaShawn done came up with her own day where Friday needs to be fun free or something Friday. Monday, mental stimulation. Okay. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you so much. Living here, keeping it alive for Miss Tamu and her absence until she gets on. But thank you guys for being here. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneur's Jumpstart program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, build a highly profitable business. Look. Guess what time it is? I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, Tiff, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Okay, we are already inside of the StreamYard room. For those of you who are on Facebook, YouTube, inside the private group, happy that you are there. Definitely say something. Let me know that you are in the house, because this conversation is you are free to go. So you may have an idea on where we're about to go, where this conversation is going to lead, but I hear a lot of people make statements and phrases as though they are stuck, or someone has not given them a permission to move forward, to move past, to go beyond, to leave a bad situation, a circumstance, to do something different, to be someone different, to find a new career, to find a new mate, to find a new place to live. Oh yeah, the list goes on and on and on and on. But I want to tell you right now, you are free to go. Put it in the chat. I am free to go. I am free to go. And the reason why I felt like this is just something to think about, again, in people's conversations, I hear people say that I'm stuck and I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to move on. I don't know how to make it happen. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of I don't know. And we tend to want to live in a place of confusion and uncertainty. Now, the uncertainty is a blessing. Put that in the chat. Uncertainty is a blessing. For those of us who are believers, uncertainty leads you and causes you to rely on God, which is a good thing. To be stuck, though, or confused, we also know that God is not the author of confusion. So where there is confusion, he is not. Put that in the chat. Where there's confusion, he is not. Where there's confusion, he is not. Meaning either you may need to invite him, you may need to have a conversation, you may need to have prayer. But I promise you, if you are confused about a thing, it ain't because he confused you or he's allowing you to be in a state of confusion, because he's not the author of that. So when I listen to people not being sure of what to do or where to go, I always tell them you have enough in your hands to start. Put it in the chat. This is just mental stimulation. I ain't going hard. This is going to be a nice, easy conversation, right? When you're ever in a place where you feel like you have no direction and you don't know where to go or move, we know that he's not the author of confusion, and you have enough in your hands to start. Put that in the chat. I have enough in my hands to start. As we talked about this last week, you got to kind of get to the rut, and that is root for those of you who are more proper. You got to get to what is it that's holding you back from doing the things that you know to do, Because, put this in the chat, you know what I'm about to say. Knowing doesn't make a difference. Put it in the chat. Knowing doesn't make a difference. Just look at your life and all the things that you know, and look at all the things that you're not doing that you know you need to do in order to get where you're trying to go. I was having a conversation with my girlfriend last night. Shout out to her. We had an amazing time at the reunion tour with Kirk Franklin. And I was talking to her about her actions and the things that she's doing. Like, she does a lot of travel, right? And I asked the question from time to time, like, what is it that you're running away from? Like, why do you keep yourself so busy, traveling and leaving and, going away? And, her response was, I enjoy doing it, right? I like doing it. I'm doing things with the people that I want to do things with, and I'm hanging out with the people that I want to see. But then my question was, the things that you're wanting to do and the people that you're wanting to be with, is it leading you to have the things that you want in your life? Right? It's one thing to enjoy people's company. It's one thing to have friends here and there and places that you can go. But if going to that place is not leading you to the place that you really want to be, right? Which is whatever your happiness and fulfillment is, or purpose and vocation. Like, if those actions, that busyness is not leading you to where you want to be, then the question would be, is it worth doing? Because sometimes we get so caught up in liking a thing. This whole conversation of being free to go, sometimes we also feel obligated, as if going to see these people was something that they requested and needed, right? Maybe they enjoy, maybe they even may want it, but do you think that they would want you doing these things if it was going to hinder you having the things in your life that you wanted, or that you wanted to create, or you wanted to have, right? Even your job, your place of employment. Yeah, people like having consistency and people there for a long time, right? Because it prevents them from having to train new people. It keeps it easy for them. They don't have to show up as much. They can start coasting at work and not pouring into new people, building new people, being innovative and being creative. See, when you have the same people, at some point it gets to like a rote type of situation where you already know what to do every day. You know how to show up. You know how to produce. There's nothing challenging you, and there's no one challenging you. And when it gets to that point, eventually it will become unfulfilling. Put it in a chat. The same things will become unfulfilling. See, we think that it's great initially because it gives us time to coast and to take a break. But we're human beings. We are made to evolve. Put it in the chat. I am made to evolve. I have been created to evolve. So when you're not evolving, when you're not growing, when you're not doing new things and challenging yourself, life could get real boring and stale. I'm sorry. This is starting to feel like a clutch of pearls type of situation. So let me watch my conversation. Jesus. Okay, so listen. In essence, if there's something else that you want to experience in this life, the same friend sent me a text message after a training. The only way for you not to be worried or overly concerned about your future is that you take responsibility for creating it. So if you know that you want your future to look a particular way, get to creating, get to making it happen, get to becoming who you need to be to do the things you need to do so you can have the things that you want to have. And it doesn't allow you to run away, to not face, right? I mean, I think you guys had heard my testimony about calling the IRS last week, right? You can't run away. Now, again, I'm not saying don't equip yourself. I'm not saying that don't take time to prepare for what it is that you're going to face. That would be blind faith, and I don't want you doing that, right? Because even in all the assignments that we receive from God, there is a training and a preparation period. But take your training seriously, right? Whatever it is that you're working in now, I promise it's leading you somewhere else. It is not for no reason, right? Whatever profession, whatever situation, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is that you're going through right now is for good reason. Even if it doesn't look good, even if you have defined it as something bad, I promise you, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose, right? That's fact. That's scripture. It's belief. I believe it. Hopefully you do too. So just know that all these situations that you're in and you're waiting for someone to come save you, to give you permission, to pull you out, to tell you that it's all right to do something new and not have an idea on where it's going to go or where it's going to end. I give you permission right now. You are free to go. Put it in the chat. You are free to go. And the thing is, don't wait until someone else in a rotting situation decides to turn to you and tell you that you are free to go. Because then it's going to create some other situations inside of your spirit that's going to make you feel unworthy, devalued. You're going to feel silly, right? Because you're going to be like, oh my God, I always knew that I was supposed to leave. I always knew that it was something else for me to do. And for some strange reason, I didn't do it. Listen, you are free to go. Put it in the chat. You're free to go. And I mean, anywhere you want to go, any place you want to go, any atmosphere or circle that you want to be in, any achievements that you want to go after, any people that you want to meet. Like if you made that your focus and you started moving in that direction, I promise you'll bump into somebody that can get you there. Like I'm straight going to be with the Obamas. I know I'm going to be at a family cookout, picnic somewhere. I'm gonna hang out with them because I want that and it's gonna happen for me. How it's gonna happen, I don't know. But I promise I'm gonna respond to the cues that God gives me to lead me to the desires that I have in my heart. And why I don't feel like that's something he wouldn't grant me, because it ain't hurting nobody. It's not taken away from anybody. I'm not stepping on anybody to get there. Nope. Whatever it is that I'm doing, my contribution that I'm doing in life for people will lead me into a space where I'll be able to meet people that I admire, that do amazing things for other people that they want to impact in the world too. So what is it? What is it, the thing that you need permission to go do? Because you are free to go. You're not stuck. Nobody's holding you back. And honestly, here's the thing too, because sometimes we say this, oh, they're going to miss me. They really need me. I don't want to leave them in a bad situation. Girl, you're not leaving nobody in a bad situation. Because what if God said that today was your last day on earth? Do you get that they would replace you? Put it in the chat. They can find a replacement. Put it in the chat. They can find a replacement. They can find a replacement. So don't stand in a situation or a place thinking that you can't be replaced, because you can. They will. You said, please, you can be replaced. You better know it. You can be replaced and they will replace you. So listen, you are free to go. Wherever that is, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been struggling with saying yes to, whatever chances you've been afraid to take, whatever risk you wasn't ready to make, get this, you are free to go. You're free to go to live that life that you want. You're free to go to leave that relationship that you've been in way too long, giving them way too many chances to do the same thing that they've always done to you. I heard Tabitha Brown say something today, and she said, when you grow to another, and this is summary, I'm summarizing. This is not exactly what she said, but this was the gist of what she was saying. You can't be upset with people that who've always been the way that they've been. Now, it's great that you have grown and you've outgrown them, and you now see that the way that they treating you is hashtag unacceptable. Put it in the chat. Now, that's me. Hashtag unacceptable. Put it in the chat. Hashtag unacceptable. The way that they've been treating you is hashtag unacceptable. But you got to remember now, you brought them into your circle and you was okay with how they treated you until you grew. And now that you have grown, there's a decision for you to make. Either you want to continue to be in a relationship, or you're going to decide to do something different and move on. But you can't be mad at them. Don't blame them. You can't be, because they've always shown you who they were. So Here's the thing. You are free to go. Now, I done gave you permission. Now, I done think about it. It's October. October is almost finished. We almost done with the first month of the last quarter. Go ahead and get the plan in motion, because it's going to be time to execute come January. And for some of us who had things that we wanted to do before the end of the year, you're going to need to be executing now. That's why we got the Get Her Done group that we meet at 8:00 to get her done. And we're going to get it done. Whatever it is that you set your mind to get it done is happening before the end of the year. And for those of you who need a plan and need to work on that strategy, don't wait until January to work on the plan and strategy. The time is now. Put it in the chat. The time is now. Put it in the chat. The time is now. It's all we have. That's all we ever have, is where your feet are. So don't decide to waste time doing other things, twiddling your thumbs, having another conversation, thinking some more in deep thought, writing in your journal, like all that stuff, wasting time. Don't keep writing down the same things. Don't keep talking about the same things. Get in motion. Do it now. The time is now. So look, you are free to go. You're free to go. So just go ahead and live the best life ever. And I see you back here on Wednesday for Clutch Your Pearls Wednesday, okay? Now, how was that? Was this okay? Was this a Clutch Your Pearls situation, or this was a nice mental stimulation to have you thinking about being free to go? Because you are free to go. And just in case you didn't know, you are free to go. All right? I love you. Always looking forward to serving you. I'll see you back here, right here at 5:00 on Wednesday. Hey, I'm live.